Beautiful.
One good part of it.
That's what we're going to do today.
We're live.
Hallelujah. All right. Yeah.
We're good.
All right. Now, I'm going to need you all to help me say shalom to the whole world. All right. All right. 1, 2, 3. Shalom. All right. Now, so y'all know this. We're in Dallas. Can you show who? And we want everybody to, that all the Hebrews worldwide that are tuning in. We are live. And we are at a park.
Spin it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just not sure about myself.
Say shalom.
Yeah, y'all say shalom as the camera go by. Y'all know how we do it. Good. All right, so we're passing through Dallas and thought we would stop in and fellowship. Because really, or Forney, on Stephen Fletcher Road, what's the name of the road? Farm to Market Road. Something like that. Farm to Market Road.
You forgot.
It's the FN.
I thought that was, that just tickled me. I ain't joking.
We argued for 30 minutes. Farm to Market.
Farm to Market Road and out here in Forney Park. And really, we've been having a good time. We're going to be probably getting on the road later on tonight, or like first light in the morning. We'll figure it out. He said first light. But thank you all for coming out. Hula and I were talking about doing something jointly, and so she was like, we were going to break it up, but I think we decided to keep everybody together. All right, so we're going to keep everybody together. She's holding the baby, but most of you probably know Hula.
Not a baby.
Most of you know Hula from her Royal Roots. So I'm glad that glad she's here with me on today, or with us today. Come on, give her a hand. We've been traveling together for a minute, like, so it's been good. She's been doing a lot of teaching, and what we've both been doing, but and also at the same time trying to keep up with all the different things that go along with Patreon. At the same time, we're writing books and worksheet material and trying to do what we can to help wake up Jacob. And so I want to welcome all of you. And what we want to do is I want to go through some stuff with you. And then if there's no big rush, I want to spend some time and answer questions if we can. And then have a little time for fellowship before we head back to the house. So it's like I said, this is kind of a low, hopefully it's not one of these real uptight places, you know what I'm saying? Low key. We just sharing the word and encouraging life. It's given me an opportunity to also finish something that I started in Louisiana. And that was, I started a message on knowing the truth. Knowing the truth. And so this is the same, I want to continue that thought. And some of you all, this may be review. But for some of you, you may be hearing this information for the first time. Either way, if you really pay attention and write down some things, take notes, some of this information, I'm telling you, will change your life. I'll also go on record saying this to the 12 tribes that are scattered worldwide. You can't catch everything I'm telling you today. Some of this is not going to actually wake up in you until months of studying and research, just thinking about it, it's flipping over in your head, and then eventually some of this stuff is you'll be like, man, I remember when I was in that study, he was talking about this information, and now it's starting to make more sense. So don't let it intimidate you. If it seems to be over your head, don't sweat that. The idea is to get the truth in, and then allow the truth, once it's in the heart, in the soul, you know what I mean, like the seed, then let it do its work by watering it, giving it the proper sunlight, and letting Yah do his thing. Let's start off with a verse. Let's go to John 8. Let's go to John 8. Let's start there as sort of a kickoff. And we'll start at verse 30. And y'all, if you've been following the Awakening Remnant, you know I don't like to do all the reading by myself. I like people to roll with me so the world will know that I'm not up here just making up stuff, but that this is actually written in the Holy Bible. Now we're going to be reading in English, but remember that our Bible was written in Hebrew. But let's look at that John incredible passage. John 8. And we're going to start at verse. Let's start at verse 30. Let's start at 30. All right? And it doesn't matter what translation you got. Let's just read verse 30 together. All right? Ready? Begin. And he spake these words.
Many believed on him.
As he spake these words, many believed. Which then gets rid of the lie that nobody believed the Messiah while he was here. You see how they told you that? See, I've already knocked down one lie by one verse. One of the things that they constantly told you in religion was that while he was here, nobody believed him. And that's just not true. The text says, when he spoke these words, many. So what's getting ready to happen? As these words are being spoken again, Yah is going to wake up his people. It's a remnant, but it's more than two. You all have no idea. Hul and I and Lauren and the kids, we've been traveling now for a while, almost over 3 days, I guess, or whatever. And we've laid eyes on thousands who have similar testimonies that you all have. How long they've been in the truth. And it's interesting that everybody seems to be within like a 10-year window. Let's be known. I mean, there's always some longer. But for the most part, that at the same time, Yah will move among his people. Boom, 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 boom. We are 80. And showing them the truth, and they're believing it. All right, now watch this. Then said, roll with me, 31. Then said Yeshua, come on. That word there should be you, then. That's y'all. That's us. All right, come on. That believe. What did he say to him? The key to the discipleship is a continuing or continuation in his words. His words are the words of eternal life. His words are Torah. One of the things that I guess is, as one of the teachers in Zion, and of course Hula, we work together, one of the problems that we keep, it's not discouraging, it's irritating more than discouraging. And that is people not reading the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's this whole idea of just waking up and watching YouTube videos? And I'm on YouTube. But if you're not reading the Bible, turn off my channel. What I got to say can't compare to what the king done said. No, this walk is about continuing in his word. His word is Torah, and it didn't start in John chapter 1.
Come on now.
Torah starts in Genesis, Bereshit, first book of the Bible. And we never get out. We always read it and reread it and study it and restudy it. That's the life of a Talmudim, that word disciple. That's the life of a follower who is connected to Yehoshua through covenant. It's almost the same picture as being glued to him, fastened to him, so that everywhere he go, you go. Everything he does, you do. You know what I'm saying? All right, now watch this. Verse 32. And what as far as I'm going right here. Verse 32, what does it say?
You will know
the truth.
and the truth shall set you free.
Does he say, and you will know many different truths?
No.
What does he say?
You should know the truth.
So he said, if you really want to get to the truth, which in Torah there is a truth. There is one truth. Don't even worry about the cat. That wind is blowing. Watch this. If you want to know the truth about anything, but especially about him, it's in Torah. Did you catch that? It's not in camps. It's not in organizations. It's not in groups. It's showing in church. They on Sunday. They done missed it right off the bat. The fourth commandment. Remember, they done forgot. But don't be too hard on them. You forgot to for a long time. But he says, remember the Shabbat. So my point is, what has to happen? In every situation, we start trying to continue in the word, correct? Somebody comes and goes, but what about this? Over your shoulder. And you reading it there, oh, don't have to read that part, honey. That part don't apply no more. Then you're like, oh, really? And then you read this and then they say, oh. Now listen. Be careful about reading that whole Bible by yourself. If you want to study, you make sure you call somebody. Like, so here I am, you know what I'm saying? I went to a little small school in the country, but they did teach me how to read. But now you telling me as a grown man not to read something. But you want me to carry the whole book. That make no sense, right? He says you'll know the truth by continuing in the word. And if you continue in Torah, he said the truth will do what? Talk back.
Set you free.
Free. I said this last week and I mean it with all my heart. When you're looking at me, you're looking at a free man. And I ain't talking about that satanic cult, the Masons. I'm talking about a free Hebrew Israelite descendant who, after having had an opportunity to study this book, got free from the shackles of Christianity, which that word by itself is a misnomer. That word is a trick of the devil. The word Christianity comes from a root word supposed to be is Christ, which comes from our word, the anointed, which the word is Mashiach, to smear. So when you get down to the base, have you ever seen a word in the Bible say, Hamashiach? No, nobody's called it Hamashiach. Come on, talk back to me. Because Hamashiach kept Torah. He's a follower of Torah. And so by claiming to change the word and make Christian, it's as though you got some new leader with a new message that separates you from that old God and that old message. And I promise you, close examination of Torah will reveal to you that Hamashiach never changed one word of Torah. As a matter of fact, he not only never changed the word, he kept the word and fulfilled all the prophecies of Torah. And if you want to be free, with no bishop telling you what to do, no leader, no muckety-muck, no king of some kind of Hebrew Israelite group, no pastor, no elder, none of that. Freedom comes from you getting in Torah and knowing the truth. Once you realize the truth, you're going to realize this too. We in this thing together.
That's right.
Did y'all catch that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you say it with me? Say, we are in this thing
Together.
together. Now, do it like we do. We're in this. Oh, look, we're together. Whether you like it or not, we're in this thing together. We are a family called the children of Israel. That means we side by side, right? And that means our teachers that are among us, Shalom, he just walked in. Our teachers that are among us are first among equals. Don't ever forget that. Which means if you can't rub your shoulder against the person teaching you, he ain't got no business teaching you. If he in a tower so high and so full of ivory that you can't get that, come on, man, that's not our thing. We help each other. And if some kind of way y'all hear me teaching and I slide one way or another, some people gotta be like, hey, Laura, let's look at this text again. You get what I'm saying? And we look at it again as what? Brothers. Why? So that when I get back up, I can say, I looked at it again by the help of my brother, and because iron sharpens iron, we're able to see this and help.